Hello, my dear Cancer. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between January the 1st to January 15, 2017, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So, if you want to support my channel, you can click the ad in front or view it for 30 seconds or to the end of the ad, whichever comes first. Thank you, I'm very grateful. It helps me keep up the service with the general readings. I am very grateful for all of your watching, liking, and subscribing to my videos. I have over 20,000 subscribers now. Wow, I never expected that. I hope you know the extent of my gratitude for you. So, I call the divine with love and light, and I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear reading for my dear Cancer viewers. I want my dear Cancer viewers to have love in their life and also to find themselves in loving relationship. I want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So I will also take the chance here to tell you about the beautiful full moon, January the 12th. The 12th we will also have Venus reaching its greatest eastern elongation. And it will be on the highest point over the horizon in the evening sky. So look for the bright planet in the western sky after sunset. You will see it, the beautiful Venus. Okay. So I will just tune in for a few seconds. I'm sorry for the heavy breathing. It's my dog. He thinks it's a bit warm here. Okay. So Cancer, the first half of January 2017. This is your future, Cancer. And this is your now, and this is the past. The now is probably the first half of January 2017, but whenever you watch this, it's probably the exact right time to see it. Okay. So the first card for you is Two of Swords. Two of Swords is it might be a typical card for Cancer a little bit, even though it's a Virgo. No, not Virgo, it's a Libra. It's balance. But it's when you are a very emotional person, you sometimes not like that about yourself, and you try to shut down the feelings, try to think logically and not feel a thing. So you're succeeding really well in this picture. The sea is very calm here. The sea is the symbols for your feelings. And you have turned also the back against the moon there, your subconscious, and crossed the arms over the heart chakra here. So this is sometimes like a solution to keep your emotions in chest, to kind of just breathe, keep yourself logic, not try to think so much, things like this. But it's not the final solution. Sometimes this is what's happened when you need to make a choice, or you are put in front of a situation where you need to be really brave, or you are pushed in some way. So you can clinch a little bit and go to this kind of safe way of handling things. Try to not see, also maybe not seeing the full extent of the problem, or not being able to see like how a certain person is treating you. You try to keep peace here. So try to keep your feelings down and try to not see the full extent of the problem, keeping everybody calm. It's kind of trying to keep peace in the situation. Don't want to have conflict. Sometimes it can be two people not speaking to each other, some kind of rift. Someone experience the silent treatment, or putting someone through the silent treatment, but usually it's you trying to control yourself and your emotion by doing like this. Okay. So The next card for you is Three of Pentacles. So it seems like you are trying to enduring, maybe in when it comes to work or when it comes to participating with other people in a group, or when you try to solve problems. You might try to do this like logically. You might have learned that logic is the accepted way to solve problems, and Cancer is over emotional. So you seem to try to solve the problem logically, but we also see that this person is a bit tired here, a bit exhausted, but yet you are doing a good job. You are being a good citizens, not putting too much heavy burdens on your surrounding. So maybe you are not showing to the full extent how you feel, and maybe you try to be brave and kind of carry the load a little bit. So that's honorable, I guess, even though it won't be able to go on like this forever. Because it's like when you boil water, if you keep the lid on, it will start to boil over. So here we have the Four of Cups, so it's an increasing here. We have 2, 3, and 4, and two crossed person that's crossing their arms over their heart chakra like this. So what is it that's so dangerous for you to feel? Try to figure this out. It might be you being like this, maybe withdrawing a little bit from people, trying to just show like your good qualities with them, trying here with the Three of Cups, just trying to be, nice, and not show the other feelings that might not be so nice. Or maybe it's some other person, you feel that they are not genuine, they are kind of not opening up to you. They don't want you to poke around in them, or they want to show like a brave facade here. And this is minor issues, of course. It's not the end of the world. It's just someone keeping their emotion for themselves a little bit. So next card, it's the Eight of Cups, and this is maybe where it starts to get a little bit serious, when someone doesn't want to play the game anymore and decide that's it's maybe this pot of water that has boiled over, and the person says enough is enough, and they leave the relationship, the work, the situation behind, and just goes away towards the horizon here with the stars and the moon. So we have got some good development here anyway. We have a person turning against their water. It's also a big wave coming here, and the stars and the moon. In this card, they didn't. They tried to endure, but here seems enough is enough. So you have tried to behave, tried to be nice, tried to be good, but things are boiling over. So you have tried probably to control yourself because you wanted to keep this situation, a job, a relationship, a friendship. And you try to behave, you try to be nice, you try to not smudge someone else with your feelings or your maybe your input in things. Maybe you try to just agree. But now this is not happening anymore. So it's good. You have faced the moon and yourself, but you're also kind of taking distance to the thing which you tried to protect before. So does it need to be either or is the question. Maybe you can start voicing your concerns also in the situation, not either enduring the situation or leaving the situation. There's some middle ground here. You could actually start communicating what you really feel. Eight of Cups is usually that you have got enough. You have kind of given and given and given, and you don't feel sorry like this has given you what you expected. You have put a lot of energy into this, and it hasn't give the earnings that you wanted from this situation. So I think it feels unjust. It feels unjust, and you are leaving. First you try to endure, and now snap, you are leaving. It's kind of tables are turned. Something that you thought the world of before, you might have left it now. And it might be like this as well, that you needed to make a choice, and now you finally did it. Maybe you need to choose from two different schools, or two different occupations, or two different things to do with your future, or maybe two different things were calling for your attention, and you were leaning towards once before, but now you have kind of skipped that, and now you want to go for this other thing, this more unknown thing. So the next card, it's an 8 again, so it's 8 of Swords. So yes, I think this is the original problem which we talked about, like either you're in the situation and behaving, or you're outside the situation and you can be yourself. But there's an 8 of Swords, you had the 8 of Cups as well. So 8 is something, it's an eternity. It's something that repeats and repeats, just so you can adjust a little bit every time when this repeats, and eventually you will solve the problem, the issue. The 8 of Swords is kind of you are trying in so many different ways to solve this, but maybe not the correct way. You haven't found the easy way, and the easy way might be to actually surrender and be yourself, because this is a person blindfolded, exactly as this person is blindfolded. They are also restrained. They have also a lot of opinions here, or rules that they need to follow. So this is a person being very trapped in a situation. So either you are in this like against your free will, like someone has deprived your own authority from you, or you are doing this to yourself. So you're no one needs to tell you anymore that you need to behave. You are kind of behaving by your own free will, and it's not good for you, because you are not doing this to make yourself happy. You are doing this because you think that you need to do it, because you think that the rules are such, because you think that this is what's expected of you. While others might, from an outside point of view, they might see you as a person that kind of keeps things in, and that you are like this pressure thing that will finally blow up. So even if you think that you are fooling other people, I don't think you do. I think they know that you are keeping things hidden from them, and keeping your true self from them. And I think it would be much easier for everyone to breathe if you kind of started to be yourself and express yourself, and tell everyone that this is how it is, and start talking a little bit, and start take one of those rules at a time, and maybe throw them out the window, because if you are going to live your life following a bunch of rules, you won't be like a human being, more like a robot, or someone that's pretending life, or playing out a drama or something. It's really hard to remember a lot of rules. It's much better to, if you can be yourself and find some stability in that. So when it comes to relationship, it seems like people are not really telling the matter of the heart. They are not really expressing themselves. They are not really showing each other that they trust each other. It's kind of every man for themselves, and no sharing of burdens. For example, maybe you need to start sharing your burdens with someone who cares, and they can tell you, and you can support one another, instead of trying to be this lonesome hero carrying your own burdens very bravely like this. Okay, so this was in the past a bit. No major things going on, but something is suppressed, something is not talked about, something is withheld, something is Someone is trying to solve this by themselves, a little problem that they have, and they don't seem to be able to solve it. They just entangle themselves more in this mystery. Okay, so here we have a Nine of Wands, and a Nine of Wands is kind of when you finally are fed up. You have pushed yourself as far as you could go, even to the edge here of a great ravine. You have put some bars here as a safety so you won't fall down, but you have still backed as far as you could go. This is Sagittarius energy, so it's kind of this feisty energy that you can see with a cat or a cat predator that's kind of cornered, someone that and maybe makes this noise typical for a cat. So here you try to have peace, and now the peace is kind of over. This is good. So someone is actually expressing themselves finally, and not just by this very well-behaved manner, but actually with some fire behind it. So it looks very healthy, actually. Very healthy. It's strength that coming from the subconscious, because with the eights here, kind of facing some pattern that you have had within you and that you feel a little bit tired of. So you want to break free from this, and the first step might be to defend yourself a little bit against others, so it's a good start, I think, to put some lines and like, okay, now I have backed myself so much into this corner, and now I can't back anymore. So start defining yourself, start defining who you are and what you want and things like this. So good expression, strength. The next card is Three of Swords, and it comes underneath Three of Pentacles. So there were a reason for all this behavior, because someone fears a broken heart. Someone fears to not be loved for the person that they are. So they are probably behaving and keeping their mouths shut about both their problems and other things, because they feel that they will be judged, or that other people will stop loving them if they knew who they truly were. So it seems like someone has compromised themselves for matters of the heart. Okay, so logic over heart, that what we saw from the beginning. But 3 is a good card, so it shows some kind of movement happening within this wound. So someone is steering around a little bit in it. So it will probably come to surface and have a chance of being solved. So that's very good. So the next card is the Hermit. Some noise outside. I don't know, maybe a bird. So here's the Hermit coming really central. And the Hermit is, of course, you need to look at the problem. You need to view the problem from above. Put your attention on where it hurts. So it's like being a little bit of a detective, trying to find out why you are so afraid, why it hurts so much. What is it that you are keeping a secret for everyone else? Why are you trying to be brave? Why are you silencing yourself? What is going on? So the Hermit is a very good card. It's about self-realization, but it's a little bit warning here that you might withdraw even more from people, being even more secretive, being even more cutting ties with others, and just like, well, I will go on alone here because no one seems to care anyway. So it might be a little bit martyrship happening here, and also like if you withdraw from the world and decide that it's too hard for you, and that people doesn't care anyway, it's not going to lead to something happy and wonderful. It's going to lead to sadness and sorrow, probably. So not the best decision. If you feel like this, well, sometimes it's good to withdraw inside yourself. Sometimes this is what's needed. for healing a wound. And maybe too much noise on the outside would make you very stressed. So maybe you need a little peace and quiet, but not forever. You can lick your wound for a while and then you need to move on. This is a Two of Pentacles. So you have Two of Swords and Two of Pentacles, Three of Swords and Three of Pentacles. So something with thought and matter. So something with like your mindset and how you manifest things on in your life. So this is Two of Pentacles, again with this stress, again with this unnecessary heavy burden of responsibility, again with this every man for themselves, no one will help me ever, so I need to fix this. It's a very lonely feeling to this reading. It's like a person thinks that they have the whole world on their shoulder and everything is up to them. So Two of Pentacles is again with the eights, like this situation reappearing again and again, and how to solve this, and maybe new ways of trying, and the emotions is very like not so steady as we saw them before. This two has a very calm sea, and here's a very upset sea. It's the old thing, the old way that you have tried to fix this on is not working. This enduring, like overcoming, grinding your teeth, tying your fists and go on working. It doesn't seem to change anything. It just seems to make you more entangled and more stressed. What you seem to need is someone that would care for you and that you can open up to and talk about how you feel. But here comes a Two of Wands. So Two of Wands is a lot like what we have seen before with the Two of Swords, the Eight of Swords, like Four of Cups, people not speaking, people trying to prove to one another that they don't really care, and also again about choices and this back turned. So something is like, I think pride is involved as well, but maybe in this situation it's not so bad because it seems to be the only thing still going for you, like you are taking stand for yourself at least, and choosing to leave the situation because it doesn't seem to give you any connection. You can't get any contact here, you can't get any help, you can't get any exchange of love or words or confirmation or help. So maybe to leave this situation and find someone who do care might be a good thing here. But maybe the one that doesn't care is you yourself. Maybe it's like this, that you don't give yourself enough support, and then of course you can't get it from others either, because this is how the law of attraction works. The one that already has gets plenty, and the one that thinks that they won't ever get it, they won't ever get it. So it's a sad law, but this is how it works. So it seems like you need to start thinking more about you and supporting you and loving you and expressing yourself, and it's a lot of work to do here. We only have one major arcana card, and that's the Hermit, and it's very central. So that is withdrawing a little bit from people, trying to find out more about yourself. So maybe this is a journey inwardly to try to find all the knots and all the things that's in the way for you to find love and support, and not having to be this brave all by yourself. The last card here, the first card in the last row is Knight of Pentacles. So Knight of Pentacles is it's kind of the same spirit like the rest of the reading, like trying to be a good person, trying to follow rules. The Black Horse is about feelings unknown. Maybe you are suppressing again your feelings a little bit to try to be good towards others. So you really need to look at this niceness that you have with you. Why do you need to be so nice all the time? What's the thing with that? we saw a little bit feist here with you with the Nine of Wands, and maybe with the Two of Wands, kind of saying, well, I don't care, at least. So it's a little bit uproar, but it's not enough, I think. It's too well behaved and too little support. But the Knight of Pentacles might be someone coming in and supporting you, someone that's like you, and that would be really nice, to have someone that could understand you and look at the world from the same point of view that you do. This is a very trustworthy and loyal person, wants to do good. They are ready to sacrifice themselves and their needs for the cause of others. So it's the same mindset as you have. And it's a knight. Knights are very young and hopeful energy, and it's the hasty movement. Even though the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest mover of all the knights, because it's earth. It's kind of turtle speed, but he's also very goal oriented and not running around with many different projects, but actually aiming towards one and doing that one project really good. So it's that kind of person that you can really trust, doing a good job and being a true friend and being loyal. So that's a good thing. And the next card, it's a Page of Swords. So Page of Swords come underneath the trees, the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. So, and this is again a little bit of a revolution. Nice. You maybe speaking up for your inner child, speaking up for you. Start telling the truth. Start using your voice. All the voice apparatus that you have in your body here to actually to do some useful thing. It's the eagle eye perspective here, as the Hermit, very high up, so have seen something from above, realized something. It's something with truth, and it's facing a little bit this Knight of Pentacles. So it might either be like you are able to tell the truth to this person, or you're able to see the truth with yourself, like how you are behaving with this very socialized behavior, being very comfortable towards others, like others can have it very comfy when they are with you. But now maybe you see it and you see that this might be part of the problem, which it really is. Page of Swords is a bit of revolutionary energy. Together with the Nine of Wands, it's kind of heating up a little bit here with fire and air. So communication may happen here. And the Three of Cups. So of course you don't do this in a very warrior kind of way, but typical Cancer kind of way. This is a card for Cancer, and it's number 3. Well, that's beautiful. Okay, you are starting to voice your inner self, but you are doing so with the aim of having very harmonious discussions and win-win. You don't want to win over some other person or win over a situation. You just want to people to understand your point of view also. So that's not so much to ask for, I think. That's very modest of you. And all the trees are talking about development in a very good way, in a very harmonious way. Even though the Three of Swords might be very painful, but here you start to voice that pain. And I think you can get some understanding here, actually, from a person that kind of a trustworthy friend, or someone that maybe you can start to open up to someone that you really trust. It seems to be a good idea. And then we have the Six of Swords. So finally some room to breathe. Okay, Six of Swords is the self-realization that you had with the Hermit. This is possible to be voiced here and right now. So Six of Swords is talking straight from the heart. You have done some experience, you have done some self-realization, you have seen yourself, you have seen what you want, what you need, what you have been keeping very quiet about. And now you seem to be able to voice those things wonderful. And it comes here with the Three of Pentacles, the Hermit, and Six of Swords. So it was something that was already on here, like being able to talk with someone else. But then it went south a little bit, and you needed time for yourself, it seems, to settle and to find out what you really wanted and how you really felt and things like this. And now you can tell this, what you have come forward with, what you have experienced, what you have learned about yourself. And it seems to be that this is happening in a very, very sweet surrounding where you can feel ready to open because you trust the persons and you know that they are not going to use this information against you or hurt you in some way. So it's very cautious, but also very, very healthy. And the last card is Four of Pentacles. So still, it's like you are kept out of the doors of heaven. It's like, well, you're still outside here, or you still don't want to let someone really close into your heart. It's the crossed arms again over the heart chakra thingy. So you're still disappointed. You're still hurt. You still feel like the world is against you a little bit, but you have at least done some opening up here, like some little start with expressing yourself and finding out who you are and what you want and things like this. But you have a very stable comfort zone. You don't want to go outside of that. It's seems very scary for you to do that. You have Four of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. So here you try to express a little bit like how you felt and how you felt hurt. But that caused some kind of stress and you kind of closed off the situation or stopped talking to a person. So it seems like your comfort zone is very important for you. That you need balance and you need to feel secure, and maybe you need to have your little shell still. It still needs to be there, and so you can't press yourself too much, but try to start talking at least with people that you trust, or try to find a person that you would like to open up to because you want them to open up to you, so you can have a mutual kind of opening up thing happening here, because it might be that you are surrounding yourself also with people that are very closed down. So it might be coming from both sides here a little bit, this problem with communicating. Be very cautious, overly well behaved. Almost you're taking too much consideration to each other, so nothing happens. So life getting a bit boring by this. We'll see. This was I was using the Witches Tarot by Ellen Dugan, and the artist is Mark Evans, and this is Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. So I will see if I can get some additional advice for you and all this silence. Okay. Yes, okay. It seems like you might have been through something that was a bit heavy. So this are the ruins of some former civilization, some former part of your life. And this is you dancing on the ruins. I don't see that you have come to this situation right now. But I have said this to a couple of the other signs this month, that if people used the same amount of time that they used to feel sorry for themselves or think of what went wrong, and instead use all this time, or at least a little bit of this time, to think of the things you want to have and how things would be if they felt right, if they finally got right, then people would create more happiness in their life. And you really seem to need it, Cancer. You really seem to need to be dancing on the ruins and dreaming for a better tomorrow. This is the Sun Dancers, joyful activity, celebration of life, abundance. So it's like you think that you don't have no support, you don't have anyone to talk to, no one to love you, no one to reach out to. And if you're always thinking like this is of course what you are going to get. But if you start to thinking like about more abundance and love and how things should be so you could feel supported, and dream about this instead. So this will come to you then. And this is how it works with the law of attraction. So we have the spirit whispers, also divine guidance and higher knowing. Listen to your inner wisdom. Your feelings, they are there, like the communication from your spirit. So when you don't listen to your feelings, you don't listen to the divine guidance either. So you have kind of shut off this canal of divine communication. So you think that if you suppress your feelings, it's easier to be good towards others. But actually, when you suppress your feelings, you can't communicate with your soul and with your divine helpers, because they communicate with you through your feelings, and especially Cancer, because you are a water sign. So it's very important that you keep your feelings open, and this canal of communication open, and listen to their guidance, because if you feel a bad feeling, that's probably because they are trying to tell you something. Warning signals, not for you hiding in a cave or hiding in your comfort zone, but something else. You need to figure it out. You have the Hermit here really central, so it's time to figure things out. So past life oracle cards, trust and fate and Celtic. So trust and fate is really what you needed, because you don't seem to trust anything at all. And the Celtic is kind of a little bit of a hard card, because it has a lot of astrological means to it. It's about the great year that we are going through. The whole earth has a great year that's kind of 26,000 years, and this is the cross and the sun on the cross, and it's a long story about who we are and where we came from. So it might be something with your memories, something also with how the celestial bodies is moving in your life currently, so that this particular problem comes up to surface to be solved. So it's something like a bigger scheme of things, and this might mean something else for you as well, this cross and the sun on the cross. We are, of course, going into the midwinter solstice, and this is actually the symbol for this. Yes, it's about higher knowing and memory. So it might trigger something within you, so you will remember something that you need to know. So I try to show you this from above. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the middle of January. So I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So take really good care. Okay, bye-bye.